Morning everybody. I just started a video and realised that I hadn't made myself a drink, so I need a drink and I need a tissue. So, Saturday morning and I'm expecting visitors today, but I wanted to get this video in and maybe another one before they come. Since I was a little girl, I've often wondered, how people pray. How do you pray? Do you pray by rote, sort of Hail Mary, Our Father who art in heaven? Do you pray that way? Or do you actually talk to your Maker? And I've always wondered what the best way to do it, to pray, is. And I think the best way is to talk to your Maker, to talk in the way that you would talk to a father figure. This is what I think. I believe that each of us, every one of us, has a God spark in us. I've said this many times. A God spark. Call it the God spark, call it the soul, call it the spirit, call it your inner being. Whatever you call it, it's that part of you that is eternal, that can never die, that goes on forevermore. It's that part of you which is godlike. And you all know me. You know that I'm not above having a dig at anybody, criticising anybody, a little bit of cynicism here or there. But I like to think I'm fair. But I'm sure that my inner being often isn't happy with me, because the inner being always wants balance and harmony and peace and unconditional self-love. And I believe that that's the greatest gift that you can give to yourself, is self-love. Not only is it a gift that you should give to yourself, I believe that you owe it to yourself, that God would expect that of you. Self-love. Because all the problems in the world, all of them, emanate from people not experiencing this self-love for themselves. They probably don't pray because they think they're unworthy. They probably don't know how to pray. Do you pray by rote and say, Our Father who art in heaven? Do you pray by rote? Or do you speak to God as your father, as a friend? I believe the latter is what you should do. And if you think in this world of all the billions of prayers that are sent out, Why would you think that your prayer is going to be the one that's noticed? This is what I'm gradually working out for myself. So bear with me, because I haven't got it all worked out. And, you know, you could come on and say that I'm talking a load of rubbish and, you know, that's your opinion. But, you know, give me a chance. Your prayer, I believe, should come from your inner source, from your God spark, from your spirit. That is where your prayer should come from. That you are bringing it up out of your heart, out of your soul, into your mind, and expend all that energy in saying what it is you need, what it is you want, what it is you're praying for. And if you do that, and you're sincere, and what you're praying for is a positive and not a negative thing, of course your prayer will be listened to. Because your prayer will be listened to by that God spark that's inside you. God is inside of each of us. We're like chips off the old block, if you like. And I don't believe that you have to sit there or kneel in a church and pray and say the Hail Mary 10 times, the Our Father 10 times. I believe that you can pray anywhere. I could pray here now, from my heart, from my soul, and weep tears. And there's things I know I can't have. Not in this life anyway. So I think the most that we can give ourselves is unconditional love, because you give yourself that and you're giving yourself the world. You owe it to yourself to listen to yourself. If not you, who else is going to bother with you? You have that God spark within you. We all do. We all need to communicate it to others a little bit more. Imagine all that positive energy from millions of people. The wars in the world and the fights and all the terrible things. These are all bad vibrations put out by bad men, by men whose God spark is vastly diminished and whose earthly greed and cruelty has taken over their mind, their body, their soul. Imagine Putin, you know, that man. He's not going to stop at Ukraine if he can help it. He'll go on to Moldova, in my opinion. You know, he's a cruel man. He's a tyrant. He's greedy. He wants to be the new Tsar of Russia, of a new Russia. But coming back to us, just to us, each of us. Allow yourself that unconditional love. Try and be positive. Yeah, we're all going to have skits and scats, and I'm going to have a go about various YouTubers. And that's just human nature. But allow the positive to outweigh the negative. I think that's the best we can hope for. Speech. I'm going to have my cup of tea. I'm going to make another video because there's something I want to say. I'll be back.